Dear viewers, honorable guardians, respected teachers, and my dear students, I am here to spend with you few moments. I congratulated you in my today's class. Today I am going to take a class on right from verbs. Uh, my last class was the first part, and our today's class is the second part. So we know for the students this is very important to write any sentences correctly and properly. And unfortunately, our students cannot do well in this part of grammar. So let us start and let's remove your all types of confusions. All right, dear students, our today's topic, right from verbs, part 2, and this is for class 9 and 10. So let's start our today's class. And before that, let me introduce myself. I am Analyse, an assistant teacher in English, Jointapur Government High School. So let's see. I numbered it, that is in 19, because in last class I talked with you about 18, and that is number 19. So what is this? If the first part present indefinite and the latter part should be past indefinite, or if the first part is past indefinite and the latter part should be in past perfect, and this is applicable in as though or as if. So have a see. There are some examples for you. You can see he speaks as if he were a leader. Dear students, if you find to be verb and then you have to convert it into where. I mean, if the first part is present indefinite and there are to be verbs, then you have to put where. And the second one is that I said earlier, he pretends as if he knew everything. I want to say that if the first part is present indefinite, he pretends. And the next one should be past indefinite, that is he knew everything, knew. And the third one is if the first part that is past indefinite, he pretended, past indefinite, and the next one is, the latter one is past perfect, that is he had known everything. So this is very important rule for you. Okay, next we have another rule, that is in passive voice. If you find there are to be verb, basically am, is, are, was, were, and the principal verb should be in past participle. So have a look. The books were printed in due time. The books, that is plural subject, and to be verb, we took to be verb were, and printed, that is in past participle. So I want to repeat it that in passive case, the principal verb should be past participle in Wallace. The thief was punished by the police. So that is in passive sense. Alright, next we have another vital, that is very important rule for the students. So have a look. There are some indicators: with, along with, as well as, along with, in addition to, accompanied by, including, excluding, and not or no, that follow the first subject. Dear students, I think if you find these words in sentences, you have to take the verb according to first subject. So have a look. He as well as his students has attended in the program. So there the word as well as, and I take has depending on he, not his students. I, not my students, am going to study too. That means I am going to study too. So I take am based on I. So you have to keep in mind one thing very clearly, that is if you find these words, you have to take verb depending on the first subject. All right. Now we have another rule that is opposite of the first one, that is 21st one. What is this? You know, there are some indicators, either or, neither nor or, not only, dot dot but also, that follow the second subject. I mean, these 21st is opposite of 22. So have a look. Either or, neither nor, not only but also. We use it to choose something. So you can see either the chairman or the members are present in the meeting. That you, whether the chairman or the members, they will be in the meeting. And I take bar depending on the second subject, that is the members. Members, that is plural, then I take plural bar, are present in the meeting. He took neither tea nor coffee. I think you understand. Alright, next we have another rule, that is if you find this word in a sentences, then at the moment, at the time, that it considered as a past continuous. I mean, if you find these words in a sentences, you will make the sentence past continuous. So there are some examples. If I say Kanis was reading at the time. Alright. Next, using of and. There are some more uses of and these are confusing. The first one I would like to say, each, every or no takes singular verb and singular pronoun. Dear learners, have a look. Each boy and each girl submits his or her assignment. Have a look. We use and in these sentences, but though we use and in these sentences, but these are counted as a singular. So have a look. Each boy and each girl submits, because there is third person singular number, that is why I add s, and his or her, not their. So you have to be careful about using pronoun also. And next, no man and no boy helps the poor child. That is, no one helps the poor child. That's why I add s at the end of the verb. And the next one, that is using and. Dear learners, have a look. The headmaster and president present in the meeting. This and the headmaster and president indicate the same persons. That is why they are third person singular, and that's why I use or add s at the end of the verb. Look at the second one, the headmaster and the president present in the meeting. That is, the headmaster and the president are two separate persons, two individual persons. And how you identify, you will have a look if there are article the. If you find this word, that indicates there are two persons. So I think have a look. Slow and steady wins the race. That indicate one sense. Slow and steady, that indicate one sense, and that is why that is third person singular number. And the next one, time and tide, wait for none. This is exception in this case. Alright, dear students, next we have most of the time we have to write sentences using three persons. We know there are three persons, first person, second person, third persons. But if you find this structure in sentences, in a short you will follow this rule, that is 231. I mean, the second person will come first, then third person, and lastly first person. So have a look. You, Rana and I are present in the meeting. So you can think, you can keep in mind briefly 231, that is second person you, and Rana, that is third person, and I are present in the meeting. So 231. But in case of confession, I mean, if you find any, if you want to confess anything that you are guilty or you did something mistakes, so in this case you have to convert it into 1, 2, 3. I mean 123. I mean the first person will come first. That is, I, you, and Rana are guilty. So I think, dear students, you can easily follow this rule. Okay, have a look. We have some more examples. Alright, dear students, you will find some words that it seems plural to you because there are some s. But be careful about that. They are singular noun. So what are they? News, mathematics, physics, economics, politics, gallows, small stocks, whereabouts. So if they are singular, then you have to take singular verbs. Have a look. The news was false. So be careful. The news was false. No news means good news, whatever. But they are singular. And mathematics is my optional subject. We know mathematics, but this is singular. You have to take singular verb, that is, not are. All right. Next, let's see what we have. Plural noun. Dear learners, you will find some words that are generally considered as a plural noun. What are they? Cattle, people, Polish, army, folk, gentry, barmy is a type of rat, mice. Gentry, aristocracy, nobility, they're the elite class of people in the society. Poultry, I think you know. Clergy, they're the priest. Spectacles, you know, that we use, basically spectacles, glasses, scissors, wages, assets, trousers, annals, moms, shorts, pants, etc. These are plural nouns. So if they are used in a sentences and you have to take verb, plural. So there is examples for you. The scissors are blunt. I think you understand scissors. The scissors, they are plural. That's why I take are, plural verb. The people are panicked due to coronavirus. We know this is very common topic right now. The people, that is plural. You have to take plural verb. All right. Let's proceed. Relative pronoun takes verb according to antecedent. Dear learners, can you remember what are the relative pronoun? Yes. Who, which, that. If you find these words in a sentences, you have to take verb depending on the antecedent. I mean, have a look. It is I who am responsible for this matter. I mean, I take am because of I. So if you find these words that who, that is antecedent. According to I, we have to take auxiliary verb. And have a look, there is another example. This is the boy who takes my book. This is the boy. This is the boy, and that is why that is singular, and I add s at the end of the verb. If I say these are the boys who take my books, then that will be take, not takes. All right, I think now you understand. All right, dear learners, there is another important rule for you, that one of the, each of the, either of the, neither of the, quality of the number of, none of the, any of the, every of the. So, and after that there will be the noun will be plural, but you have to take singular verbs. So have a look. You use most of the time there is one of the. For example, none of the students has passed in English. I mean, no one passed in English. So that is plural. Noun is plural, but verb, that is singular, has, not have. You have to use has, not have. None of the students, no one has passed. So that is why I take has. The next one of the boys was present in the class. I mean, there are many boys, but one of the boys. So only one person, one boy was present. That is why we take auxiliary verb, was, not were. So when we use this, be careful about that. Next, we have another use, that is until or unless. So until and unless we know. So until, in case of until and unless, you can use present indefinite. Both the clauses should be present indefinite. But if the first part, that is in past indefinite, and the next should be past indefinite, that is possible in case of until. And until, that is negative word, and after until there will be no negative word. I mean, no, not ever. You can use this. So have a look. Don't go outside until it stops rain. So dear learners, have a look. I use until in the sentence, and both the parts, I mean the first part and the latter part, are in present indefinite. Don't go outside until it stops. That is present indefinite. The next one, have a look. We waited until the plane took off. I want to say, if the sentences in past tense, the latter part should be past tense. And this is possible only until. So be careful when you use this in your English. Now we have some interesting rules. That is, the number of students is present. Dear learners, number of students. If you use this structure in your English, have a look. The number of students is present. If I say a number of students, I have to take plural verb. Have a look. The noun are plural. The noun are plural, but the difference is the number of you have to take is, and in case of a number of you have to take are. And this is possible in this rule also. That is, a many boys are present. If you see a many, then you have to take plural verb. And if you see many a, then you have to take singular verbs. I think now we understand. Next, we have that is some indicators that indicates future perfect. Have a look. What are the words? By the time, by the end, or by time, by month, by year, next times, next month, next year. We use generally in our daily English. But if you find these, then you have to convert that sentence in future perfect. So have a look. You have an example. He will have returned home by 10 p.m. So because of by 10 p.m., I converted this into future perfect. That is, he will have returned home. And another one, that is by 2021, I will have worked for this firm 5 years. I mean that you have to, by this time you will be, you have to convert it into future perfect tense. Let's see, we have more rule for us. Dear learners, this is an exceptional rule for you. Here is the book in my hand, and here are those pictures in my hand. Have a look. Here, after here, I use is because of the subject, the book, that is singular. So if you find this type of sentences in your English, you have to keep in mind, you will take verb according to the subject. That is, if the subject is singular, you have to take singular verb. If the subject plural, there's those pictures, then you have to take plural verbs. Dear learners, let's see, we have more rules for you. So in case of future tense, basically whenever you use as soon as, dear learners, as soon as we use in our daily English. So when you use as soon as in sentences, both of the clauses or first part and the second part, that if the first part present indefinite or present perfect, the latter part should be future indefinite. And in case of past tense, the both clauses will be past simple. Have a look. Remove your confusion. That is, as soon as he returns, that is in present indefinite. And the next one, I will meet him. I think you understand. And there is another one, that is, as soon as he came, the rain started. That is, both the clauses are in past indefinite. So when you use this structure in your English, you have to follow that rule. Alright. Next, we have possessive pronoun. What is possessive pronoun, dear learners? I clear it on the bracket. Have a look. My, his, her, your, our, their, Rohim's. So if you find possessive pronoun in your structure, then you have to add ing at the end of the verb. Say, I don't like his coming here. So possessive pronoun that indicates the possession, that is the ownership. So if you find this word in English, you will add ing after the main verb. Alright, let's proceed. Dear learners, have a look. There is very difficult rule. So if you find these words, half of the, part of the, rest of the, most of the, some, no, all, percentage, 1/5 or 1/3, 2/3, 3/4. Then if after that word, if you find singular pronoun, then you will take singular verb. If you find the plural pronoun, you will take plural verb. So there are some examples for you. You can see 2/3 of the voters are pro. Have a look. 2/3 of the voters. Voters, that is plural, and that is why I take plural verb are. 30% of the mangoes were rotten. 30% mango, that is plural, and that is why I take plural verb. But 1/5 of the mango is ripe. And so in this case, I take singular verb. And there is another one. Some of the cake is finished. some bird. I didn't say cakes. So that is singular, and that is why we take singular verb. I think you understand. Next, we have interesting rule, that is, you will find this word in your daily life. It is no good. It is no use. It is nice. It's a pleasure. It was nice. It is crazy. It was crazy, or sorry, I repeat it maybe. It is crazy or it was crazy. No, that is, one is it is crazy, another one is it was crazy. So if you find these words in sentences, then you have to add ing at the end of the verb. So there is an example for you, that is, it is no good talking to him. I think you understand. It is no good talking to him. So because of that indicators, I add ing at the end of the verb. It is no use trying to his beliefs. It is no use trying to his beliefs. I think you understand. Now we have another rule, that is using while. Dear learners, if you find while in a sentences and after the verb, you will add ing. And another clause should be past indefinite. But if you find while and there is a subject, then you have to convert it into past continuous. I mean, you have to add was or were and ing. And the next clause should be past indefinite. So have a look. There is an example for you. While going to school, I saw a one-eyed man in the street. Dear learners, have a look. While, and there is verb, that is why I add ing at the end of the verb. And the next clause, that is I saw, that is in past indefinite. And the next one, you have to notice while, and there is a subject. That is why I take was or were, and I add ing at the end of the verb. But the next clause, that is in past indefinite. I think now we understand. That is very important rule for you. Now we have another rule, that is after do, does or did, in any case, whether it is in negative or interrogative, you have to put base form of the verb. I mean, if we use do, does, did in any sentences, and after that we cannot change the verb form. That is, it will remain base form. So have a look. He did not pass in exam. Have a look. He did not pass. That is remain same. That is in base form. Where do you live? So there is do and there is a live. You cannot change it. She does not go to school. So there is a does not or does, and that is why I use base form of the verb. So dear learners, that is all about right form verbs for you. I'd like to tell you that you will practice it at home and try to understand. And if you have any confusion, please let me know. And thank you very much. Thank you very much for being with me.